Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am in situ upstairs because my husband is doing some homeschooling downstairs and I really wanted to record a video and I thought, well, I'll just go and do it upstairs. So excuse me for the much smaller surroundings. Trying to disguise the mess that is currently in our bedroom. Hope you're all well. It is week 12 of lockdown in the UK and we actually went to the park for the first time, which was very surreal and felt weird but also really nice as well. So that's what we did at the weekend and not much else really. So I'm going to talk today about how I plan my running and a little bit about my week, just how I fit in my runs and how I set my energy for what I'm going to do. I've just been for a run, hence the reason my hair is wet and I don't have any makeup on because I've just had a bath. Basically just been for my run, I've done my exercise for the day. So what I tend to do is, for my week, we have to be flexible because I'm sure like most families, at the moment my husband's schedule is quite fixed, but then he's got calls at different times and things like that. So whatever we plan or whatever I plan for my running or for anything like that has to be kind of like able to move and also adapt different things. So I don't particularly like to write down a plan that's as detailed as each day I will run 3 miles, 5 miles, workout, do this, do that. I can't really, that doesn't work for me because then if I don't do it, I get really irritated and I beat myself up and I just don't feel good about it. So what I do is set a weekly running goal, which is in miles. For the past 3 weeks, it's been 30 miles because I found that I'd kind of almost reached that and then with a little push, it was keeping me regularly doing that. But this week I've decided, after 3 weeks of doing 30 miles and finding that relatively easy, I want to say, I'm going to do 35 this week. And then what I do, so I set my goal in my head. I sometimes write it down when I write like at the start of the week what I want to do in the week. And I use Strava. I don't have a running watch or anything, so I can track what I've done in the week in total miles. So as I said, I don't tend to sit down and write what I'm going to do every day, but I know that within that I also want to do one workout and one yoga session. So that might mean that I skip a run one day and I do a workout, and I skip a run another day and do a short yoga session, or maybe I do a really short yoga session after a run. I'll be honest and say I've not been good at taking rest days on lockdown. I feel good, so I keep doing something. If I don't feel good, then I don't do as much, or I wouldn't do any. And I know that, as someone that talks a lot about positivity and self-care, that days of rest are important, but I'm not going to lie and say that I take a day of rest every week when I don't, because I either don't feel like I need to or I don't want to. So my week, as I said, I've got 35 miles to run. Today was a short run. I did 3 miles, so that's kind of like a tick. I know I've done that. And then I know that for the rest of the week, I'm keeping my runs roughly up to 10 miles, and I'm managing to quite easily do like 6 or 7 miles, or some days 5.5. So again, I don't plan what I'm doing, but today I did 3 miles, so tomorrow I might do 7 or 8 miles, and I just kind of try and work it out so that I don't get to Saturday and have like 20 miles left to do. I aim to get to the weekend having about 10 or 12 miles left to do. That is my aim. So throughout the week I just go with how I feel, and I kind of work it out as I'm going along, which is probably not very helpful if you like to have a really strict structure and this is what you do. And I like to sort of like maybe do my workout halfway through the week. So maybe by Wednesday or Thursday I will do a workout rather than a run, and the same with the yoga. So I'm not setting huge goals with workouts and yoga because, to be honest, at this moment in time, I wouldn't say I particularly enjoy them. I do them because I want to start enjoying them, and I know that if I work at it and I'll get better, I will enjoy it. So that is how I work it out. I just set a mileage for the week, and then based on usually by the night before I will know what I'm going to do the next day. Like, I knew today wasn't going to be a long run. And also it helps to do that because if I know what I'm going to run the next day, I know, like, to have a bigger carb meal. For example, if I'm going to be doing 10 miles, then I will have a much bigger amount of carbohydrate the night before, and then I will work out what I'm going to have for my breakfast depending how long I've got before my run. So that's really how I work it out. And in terms of setting my energy, I think this is really important. So if I'm going to do a short run like this morning, I knew 3 miles. I always know how far I'm going to go before I start. I think that's really important. Before I start a run, I know what I'm going to do. And on the very rare occasion, I might end it sooner, or I might walk. If I don't feel it, then I will definitely walk. I don't push myself. I don't go and run at a certain speed because I feel like that's what I should do. I just set my mileage. Usually the night before I'll decide, right, tomorrow I'm going to run 7 miles, and then I can, like, get myself in that mindset. So when I get up, I always put my running clothes on in the morning. I always like, make sure that I've got that in my head. I put my sports bra on. I get up and get ready. So that is me starting to set my intention for the day. I find out what time I can do my run. It might be after homeschool, or it might be straight away. It depends on what my husband's doing. And yeah, if I'm ready, then I know I can go at any point. So I have my running gear on, I have my sports bra on, I have my running t-shirt or shorts or whatever the weather's like, and I'm ready. That's it. And then before I leave, I set my intention. So I say to myself, I'm going to run 7 miles. I have my route in my head. I know which route I'm going to go. I mean, maybe you haven't planned a specific route, and that's fine too. But I just plan my route in my head. I know what route I'm doing. So I've got like a variety of like 5.5 mile route. I've got like a 7 mile route. I've got an 8 mile route, and I've got 10 mile route. And I've also got a 3 mile route. So I know based on what distance I'm going to go, what route I'm going to go. I tell myself I'm going to take the route. If it's a longer run, I have a podcast that I'm going to listen to. And if it's a shorter one, I don't tend to bother listening to anything. I just run. For example, tomorrow I will likely run about 7 miles. I'll have a podcast. I'll do all these things. And then when I'm about to go, if I'm going 7 miles again, I have my intention because I wear my running vest and I carry water. And because I need water if I'm going more than about 3 miles really. So that's really all I do. As I said, that may be a little bit wishy-washy for some people, but if you, like me, you need to be flexible, it might work better to set a weekly mileage rather than being so detailed that you work out every single day. I find that an overall goal always works better for me rather than being like disappointed on a daily basis because I'm not reaching that daily goal. If it's over a week, it means that in my head I can think, well, I've got 7 days to do that. So it doesn't matter if today I only run 3 miles because that's fine. I've got the rest of the week, got 30 miles left to do, 32 miles. So yeah, I hope that was of interest. I'm trying to think of anything else. That's probably it. That's just how I set my exercise goals for the week. I may do a separate video on how I work out a meal plan and food for the week based on, not necessarily based on exercise, but just the foods that I know will fuel my exercise but also be good for the family, and how I kind of like make meals that can be suitable for us and the kids, or something slightly different for the kids. So yeah, I hope that was of interest. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe. If you're a runner, I'd love to know. If you comment below, how do you plan your runs for the week? Are you very detailed, or do you like to kind of leave it a bit more open? And have a wonderful week ahead. I'll see you all soon.